Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rod Oldham Athletic Center for high school basketball 2006-2007. Of course, it's 2007 now. We didn't do any games in 2006, but this is Parkersburg South High School basketball. I am Dwayne Sponseller alongside Nathan Jones. And Nathan, we switched from the gridiron to the hardwoods.
Just seems like we were just playing football just a little bit ago, doesn't it?
And,
time flies.
Time does fly. We're in January. It's 2007. We're smack dab in the middle of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Athletic Commission season, and got the Morgantown Mohigans coming in here to the Palace here, and an opponent that South knows well, and especially this year. They just got done playing them less than 4 or 5 days ago.
Well, they did. They played them in the Martinsburg Holiday Tournament in the consolation game, and they were going to lose again. Parkersburg South, that was. So they're going to be looking to just a week later, basically, to come back here and get a victory.
And Parkersburg South this year 3-2 on the season. They started off hot, win against Robert C. Byrd here at home. They went on the road to a hostile Marietta place, which is one of the hardest places to play in anywhere. And they went in there and defeated Marietta. And then they came back home and absolutely manhandled Eastern Fairmont. And
wasn't even close.
Well, yeah, it wasn't even a close game. And then they go on the road and have to make that trip 4 hours across the state to Martinsburg. And you go there and you play a number 2 team in West Virginia, Jefferson, who's very talented. They lose that night, and I think it took so much out of them that they came back and played horribly the next night against Morgantown. And this will be their chance to get Morgantown back. They're at home. That's an advantage. They always play well here. But I was looking back. They don't play Morgantown well at home. As a matter of fact, they've only beat Morgantown once in the past 4 years at home.
With Morgantown, you think, well, maybe Parkersburg South, if you lose the game, you kind of been thinking through practice, Morgantown. Of course, the Mohigans actually had North Marion Tuesday this previous, a couple days ago, so they haven't had that constant Parkersburg South mentality in their practice room, and that's something South definitely wants to get back, is to get a victory here so they can get that off their back.
Right, Morgantown defeated North Marion, low-scoring games like 54-33 or something like that. I've got the schedule. Yeah, they won 54-32. Their Tuesday night. They lost to Preston County, and you don't think of Preston County being, a high-powered basketball team, but this year they are in a winning record. You never hear about Preston County in basketball in AAA, but there they are. They beat Morgantown, which has got to be their biggest win in many years, probably. They went away to Capital, and they went down to the Capital Classic and had to play Capital. And Capital is a very good team, a team that South's going to have to play in the regional if they get there.
Well, you look at that schedule, my goodness, who scheduled that schedule for Morgantown? They were away. Geez, I mean, they do not play at home here in the beginning of the season, and this team did lose a member partway in the season, and Derek Long.
Yep.
He was part of the team here earlier, and if you remember that name, he was a star athlete for the football team who dropped out of the playoffs against Parkersburg in the semifinals. But Derek's no longer with the team, and this team's void of seniors, only 3. Morgantown, that is, but they're all pretty good players.
Now, the last game here for that Morgantown played South up there over in Martinsburg, South had a really awful night shooting well, not only the 3, they shot 35%, but they're only 38%, 18 of 48 from the field. And you're not going to win many games, especially away from home, with that kind of percentages.
No, you're not.
And Morgantown shot lights out. They shot almost 50%, which is great in basketball. And, the 3 points weren't good, but they don't have the 3-point shooting they've had in years past. They have more of an inside game this year. They got some tall guys. They got a 6'8" guy who we're going to see tonight, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. We'll get the starting lineups as they get out there. We don't have the starting lineups. I could give you a tentative starting lineup for South, but they change it every single game, so you never know who's going to be starting for the Patriots. Now, we can go over some stats here at the beginning, Nathan, of season stats. South has been outscoring their opponents in most of the games, which obviously, that's 3-2.
If you're winning, you're going to be outscoring them. That's how you win games.
They're averaging 64 points a game, and in high school, that's pretty good. I mean, that's not as high as it's been in the years past, but that's pretty good. They're giving up 60 points a game, and that's really accumulated over the past couple games here. And, and we'll talk about more about this here in a little bit. The Patriots come out, and first thing I noticed when I see them walk out, they've got new uniforms again this year. I said they've got new uniforms last year, but this year, as you can see, it's the first time for our folks here on TV to see the Patriots in action on TV, and this is first night for the Patriots here at home on TV. They've been home. This is their 3rd game at home, so they, unlike Morgantown, have had a chance to play at home quite a bit. And, of course, that always helps.
And they like this place.
Oh, they love playing here.
They love playing here, and the crowd gets behind the team, and And it's just a little bit of a momentum, and it just keeps flowing. It keeps flowing. It just builds up to where you just feel you're unstoppable. And this place does that for this basketball team, and it's been doing it this year too.
We'll go on here with some more of the stats. Leading scorer for the Parkersburg South Patriots is Will Richardson, 6'6" senior, off to play in a college, I believe in Ohio. I can't remember the name of the college. That's sad. It's not good of me, but it's kind of slipped my mind. But
I believe it's Shawnee State, isn't it?
That's something. I forget. And then Shannon Pickett's right behind him. He's averaging 13 points a game. And Shannon didn't start the last game. Undisclosed reasons why. And I believe he'll probably be back in the starting lineup tonight, but he is probably the best threat from the outside, although Donnie Jenkins has really outshot him this year, but more consistently, I would say Shannon Pickett better from behind the arc and probably the shot maker inside.
Well, he does more things. He slashes inside, gets the drives, and Donnie more of a setup shooter.
Right, and Donnie and Ronnie both were some of the best defenders in the state of West Virginia. They're small, but they are quick, and they got some of the quickest hands in the state of West Virginia.
Well, not only are they quick, they have quick minds, and they know where the basketball is going to be. They understand where they be on the floor, and they get in those passing lanes and get the steals and quick breaks, and that's how you score points.
And Parkersburg South's going to look for that defense tonight. They've got to really get after this Morgantown offense. They like to get the ball inside. We're going to have to do a good job. Will, along with Andy Morris, Chris Davis, all the big guys are going to have to come in big here this evening to really try to stop Morgantown so that we can get out on our fast break. We run that run and shoot offense. Not a football term, but they do. They get it out and they run. They get up the floor. You know, when Morgantown does score tonight, you're going to see something called secondary, and they're going to get the ball out and go. They don't care that Morgantown's going to score because, of course, they're going to score some points. But you want to try to get back and get those points back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
One thing we forgot about the tournament team. We could mention who from each school made it for the tournament team for the Martinsburg Holiday Tournament. Will Richardson was a member for Parkersburg South, and then the only member for the Mohigans.
We're going to take a break here real fast on CS Channel 45. You're watching Parkersburg South basketball. And Nathan, I'll be back right after this. Of course, Morgantown coached by a long time, 36 years. He's been a coach, 29 years at the helm at Morgantown, Tom Yester. And he has been to the state tournament, I believe, 9 times, and that's a lot in this state. And
that is a lot. It just shows not only does he have the boys, but he makes them do what he wants them to do and gets there to the tournament.
And we will turn the floor over to PA announcer Ken Davis for the starting lineups for Parkersburg South.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your Parkersburg South High School Patriots. Number 53, Anthony Kaplinger. Number 10, Donnie Jenkins. Number 24, Number 23, Will Richardson. And number 12, Shannon Pickett.
And that is the starting lineup for the Parkersburg South Patriots. Starting lineup for Morgantown, a 6'5" senior, number 21, J.T. Lewis. A senior, number 6'3", number 23, Elliott Law. A 6'8" senior, Cameron Taylor. We're going to talk a lot about him, number 51 tonight. Anthony Schifano and Jay Fletcher. We'll start for the Mohigans. I said wrong here, Ben.
Taylor's not on the court.
Okay. Taylor Dunn is not on the court.
I marked 51 instead of 41.
Okay.
I got screwed up.
So Taylor is not on the floor. It's Anthony Schifano, Jay Fletcher, Taylor Dunn, Elliott Law, and J.T. Lewis.
I'll tell you, keys to the game is just that first few minutes. Who sets the tone? You got Parkersburg South. Is it still in their mind that Morgantown beat them?
I would say they need to get out and run and stop Dunn tonight, and they can do it here at home. Nathan, prediction?
South by 6.
Okay, I'm going to say South, but only by 3.
I think the being home is going to make that big of a difference. And they've had time to talk about what Morgantown's done, but I tell you, if Morgantown gets out early again, you start thinking, who is it going to do it again to us? You see, they got the lineup out there. Morgantown, they're not a very big lineup, but I tell you, they look athletic.
And we're ready to begin. Morgantown will control the tip. Fletcher Lewis out top here. And we'll work around. They're going to run a little motion offense. South comes out in a man. Used to seeing 3-2. There's a quick three. And doesn't catch much.
You don't want an air ball right off the bat, but hey, Lewis got one.
Okay, and Morgantown's going to come out and man, pick it out top with Donnie Jenkins. Donnie looking, he's going to spin off to his twin brother Ronnie, over to Anthony Kaplinger. Kaplinger making his second start of the short season, a sophomore. Just looking for ball movement. Shannon's going to shoot a three out top, catches a little bit of iron. And going to pick up a little chippy foul here, trying to get the ball is Donnie Jenkins. That'll be his first, team's first. And right off the bat, both teams taking a three. And one not catching anything, and another
jitterbugs. That's all I can say.
And put back there. That's Jay Fletcher. So Morgantown out to a 2-0 lead. Donnie over to Ronnie, over to Kaplinger. He'll dribble out top.
Got to try to set up some posts there for Will Richardson. He's bigger than J.T. Lewis.
Over to Kaplinger. Kaplinger going to try a drive. Dangerous pass back out to Donnie. Donnie's going to drive. He'll put up the floater inside the lane. It won't fall. Rebounds. Try to Fletcher again over to the corner now. And right now, South staying in that man. Used to seeing a 3-2 zone. They're going to try to stick them up man-to-man this time. I'm not sure what they played over in Martinsburg. I wasn't listening. We'll trap in the corner here. Skip pass across the lane. And they're going to call a block foul coming across the lane.
Foul called on Richardson, his first.
Thought it happened before he traveled.
South coaches wanting to travel. They'll get him for the bump before. And that's 2 fouls here early for Parkersburg South. That's the first on Will Richardson.
Early here, everyone's just not quite got it together yet.
Out of sync. Boy, that's a carry. Yep,
it is.
They're going to call it.
First turnover of the game.
And that's being called a lot.
One of those points of emphasis, you could say.
Yeah, it is. In our meetings, they've been really trying to. Shannon Pickett's going to drive. He's going to get bumped, but just a layup anyway. That's a tough shot underneath there with some giants underneath. Shannon not very tall, only 6'1". Actually, not even 6'1". He's only. That's being very generous.
There's that zone.
Now we're going to see the 3-2. It may be 3-2 out of makes, and they're going to be a man out of misses here, Nathan.
Lewis calling for a play. It's the first time they've seen the zone. They got to get set up differently.
Look inside, wide open. And good box out there for Ronnie Jenkins. Donnie will pull it out, and he'll run the floor. Looking for a great pass inside. Shannon just... Donnie gets that rebound, going to get it up. He's going to get fouled, and we're going to go to the line shooting 2. And a good job they running the floor. South actually outran the entire Morgantown defense. Got underneath, found Shannon with a good pass underneath, but I think the ball fell out of his hands before he went up. Rebound by Donnie, and we'll go to the line shoot 2.
We played 3 minutes of basketball. We only had 4 points total.
And Donnie makes the first. That was short. pull up Jay from about 15 feet, and well, yeah. Donnie just kind of got bowled over inside.
Foul call on Lewis, his second.
I tell you, that's an athlete that just got 2 fouls very early in the game.
Yeah, I don't know what he was complaining, but he definitely just can't. He came from half court. He went in there and just shoved Donnie out of the way to try to get the rebound. So scored till 3-2. Donnie will throw it to Shannon in the corner, looking for Will underneath, but nothing there. Back out to Donnie. Will reset the play. Donnie's going to do some shifty moves out to Kaplinger. Kaplinger will shoot from 3, and he won't catch much. Offensive rebound for Kaplinger. Out to Shannon. Shannon's going to drive the basket. Look, going to have nothing. Out to Kaplinger. Back into Shannon Piggott. Cappy will try it again, and that's going to hit the top of the iron and go over to Morgantown. So neither team's shooting on lights out right now.
They sure aren't. And Kaplinger just say, hey, I'm going to shoot it again. Got spot up again. Good passing from South. And that's a bad turnover for Morgantown.
Morgantown trying to throw the ball from the other side of the basket to the other side of the floor, and that's tough. You got spin on it going the opposite way, and that's just a tough ball to get. Ronnie will throw it into Donnie. Of course, that's just weird saying that all night long. But
it is.
We'll take the clock started.
Got it set now. 3:55 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, we got new. They got new clock systems here. I believe last year, and they're a little wireless, so they don't always they don't always kind of click.
South continually trying to dribble in and get a kick out.
Yeah,
just having the shots not been falling yet.
Well, South's always lived and died by the three, and they want to do that. That's the way. That's the style of basketball they play. We always breed shooters around here, and. Donnie over there in front of the student section. Student section out in full force here tonight, Nathan, for South. That's a good sign. Will shoot that. Yep. And just nothing falling right now. Okay, he signaled blue, but he was definitely out of bounds, so we'll go white.
That's what you're talking about there with Parkersburg South. You got to guard everyone. It doesn't matter where you're at in the court.
Tough pass. To Will, he'll shoot that. 15-footer, but Hill's going to drive in. Will get his own rebound and put back. So good play there by Will. And I put 5-5-2. Well, we got some. That'll be 2 on Donnie, if I believe.
Yes, it is.
And Donnie will have to sit. I see Donnie got in this trouble in the game like last time against Morgantown. He got 3 quick fouls there in the first quarter and had to sit. And he's going to do it again with 2 here in the beginning of the first quarter. Substitute for London Ryan's in the game for Morgantown. And Andy Morris will come in and take place for Donnie. 3-2 defense out of the timeout there. A wild shot. Doesn't catch much. Got a 3-on-1 break. And throws it at the ankles.
You have a 3-on-1 break and you get the ball kicked. That's good defense by Fletcher. He's got to do something, and he did. Exactly what his coaches had taught him.
That's that new rule. It's no longer a kick if you throw it at their ankles. If they kick, it's got to be done intentionally. And Andy Morris will shoot the 15-footer. And it looks like there's like slime or something on the ball tonight, and your team being able to hold on to it very well. Will's going to go up and get that one. Morgantown coaches wanting over the back. It was very close. Ball out of bounds to Morgantown. We'll see a 2-2-1 press, or 1-2-2 press, I'm sorry. Good job, hustle back by Ronnie. Takes the steal.
3 turnovers back to back to back.
Well, I tell you, you mentioned this. Drew Schaefer checks in the game for South, going in for Ronnie. You know, we talked about, you said turnovers. You know, South's making teams turn the ball over 19 times a game. That's a lot of turnovers.
Well, so far, Morgantown does have 4. South, that was the first turnover, that little series there with the run and gun on the break, where both teams basically look like elementary school teams.
Schaefer, another outside threat. Ball comes back out to Andy. Back out to Anthony, and that ball is going to be close to being stolen away. Schaefer's going to put it up from 3, and that's in and out. Andy gets it back. He'll put it up and goes in.
It's a big-time bucket. Tell you, Law just cannot find the rim. He gets in there about 3 feet away from the basket and just can't put the ball in the hoop.
Ryan will throw it over to the corner. Trap there. Gets it back out to Ryan. He'll pass it over. Thinks about the shot. We'll take it from the corner, and still we have yet to have a 3. Anthony will bring the ball up the floor, set up the offense. Over to Shannon Piggott. He'll shoot from 3. And still you have to get one to fall down. Ryan down the floor. And good up and under move for Elliott Law. And there's Law's first bucket of the night. There's that secondary play, Nathan, I was telling you about. They'll get out and run the floor.
Just because you make a basket on Parkersburg South, you got to hurry back and get on defense.
This one could be stolen. Wielding it over there. So Morgantown will bring it back out and set it up. Out to Andy. He'll shoot the 15-foot J and get it partially blocked. Will's underneath. He'll go up and under and good. South on a 4-0 run. I'm sorry, 6-0 run. No, 4-0 run. And Ryan going through the weave there. Out. And finally get a 3 to fall.
That's a first shot for Taylor Dunn. He needs to have more production than that.
17 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Coach is signaling they want one shot. In the Will. Good pass back to Shannon Piggott, and it'll fall. So at the end of one quarter, the score, Parkersburg South 13 and the Morgantown Mohigans 7. Nathan and I will be back for the start of the second quarter right after this. And we're back here at the Erickson. See, I did it. I knew I'd do that tonight. I knew I would say Erickson All Sports.
Well, you just had the commercial for it.
We're at the Rod Oldham Athletic Center for high school basketball. Into the first quarter, Parkersburg South leading Morgantown 13-7.
Morgantown with 5 turnovers in the first quarter, shooting only 3 for 10 from the field. It's Parkersburg South, a more respectable 6 for 18. Leading all scorers is Richardson with 6.
So turnover's a big story there for Morgantown at the beginning, and it's that defense that South plays. You know, you look at them, they don't look very daunting, but they play tough defense. And when you play here at Parkersburg South, you're expected to play that kind of defense all the time. And South will start the quarter at the ball here. Over to Drew Schaefer into the game. We'll have a trap out front. He'll get the ball taken away. We'll pick it right back up to Will, and it goes in for 2.
What a backbreaker for Morgantown.
Cameron Taylor's in the game, the big 6'8" kid. First time we've seen him with minutes tonight. There he is having the ball on the overside. I don't think he's going to do anything with it over there. We'll get him the ball up top. He'll shoot the J from about 15 feet. It's off the mark. And South will get out and run. Schaefer up the left side. Over to Chad Knox, who dribbles the ball off his foot and out of bounds. So turnover South, their second one of the night.
We're just bragging about Parkersburg South not turning the ball over. And here at the 45-second mark into the quarter, they do so.
Chad Knox in the game here. They have not seeing many minutes this year so far as Chad, but he's having to come in for Donnie, who's in foul trouble. For three, outside long, and that is no good. Will with the rebound. And it'll be a chippy foul on the other end from 90 feet from the baskets.
You just don't want to see those as a coach. Those are the ones that drive you mad.
Fouls on Zach Cook. Yeah, you're not going to do anything down there, especially when he's got the ball, big, especially Will down there. You just end up hanging on his arms. Ronnie will take the ball up, split the two defenders out to Schaefer, who's going to get out of that corner. He's going to step on the line. Another turnover.
That bring Coach Edmond off the bench.
Yeah. That's just like you were saying, dumb foul, but that's a dumb turnover. You don't put the ball in the corner, especially when they're playing zone defense. You're going to get trapped there.
Morgantown's got to move the ball quicker in this zone defense.
There's a three. Zach Cook.
He is an outside shooter. He's had some big games this year already, but in some games hasn't showed up.
Dangerous pass inside to Will. Inside to Chad Knox. Back to Andy Morris. He'll shoot the three. It catches nothing. And up the floor for Morgantown. Another three from the same spot, and it goes. This time Schifano, and Schifano is a name that's been synonymous around Morgantown for years.
Well, you better believe it.
Yeah, we're going to shoot a three from the corner down. Oh, they hit top of the backboard. Will back to Schaefer. No. Will rebound up. No. And the big guy comes out of there with it. 15-13 South here. Almost to the midpoint. They're going to leave him wide open in the outside again. Oh, and just rims out. Will with the rebound. Will, the leading rebounder on the team this year for South so far, first 5 games. Inside Andy Morris. Back out to Ronnie. Ronnie will step up, think about it, but won't take it. Andy will think about it, but decides not. Back to Andy Morris. Inside to Schaefer. Nice pass into.
It's a great look.
Yeah.
Just being aware where you know where your other players on the court's going to be with, and you just found him.
We'll see a 3-on-2, now a 3-on-1 into the big guy. He has trouble hanging on the ball. Outside for three, and it rims out. Yeah.
I tell you, I'm surprised on that one.
Yeah, that may have been a foul. He went up to get the ball and it kind of got shoved a little bit. When you're 6'8", when you come down like that, it's hard to keep your feet. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter of play. Score Parkersburg South 17, Morgantown 13. Not a high-scoring basketball game, and not only that, this game is flying by.
Davis checks in for the Patriots.
Chris Davis in. He'll give Will a break here at the 4:50 mark.
He's worked hard. 10 points for the big man.
Donnie will spin, look for the bank. It's not open. And Donnie is back here on the floor still. And the good thing for South that they called the, I think he got his wind kind of taken out of him. I'm not sure.
Obviously, that's what's happened.
Yeah.
He's gotten up and said, ooh, my stomach hurts. That's really, you got the wind knocked out of him.
And he's going to have to come out of the game for at least until the next dead ball. He does have a little blood on him. I think when he fell down, he got the elbow there. Stay tuned to halftime. The halftime show, we'll give you some stats. We'll talk a little bit about the South community here and things that have been going on in the offseason. Inside to Ronnie. He's going to look for the shot. He'll put up a wild shot. It doesn't fall. That's really a force for him. He had two guys on him.
That was his first attempt for the whole evening. Unless I missed one.
And second one is rimmed out for him. And shooting foul. I believe this will be on Ronnie. Yes.
On Ronnie Jenkins, his first.
Yeah, we saw 2 fouls quickly for J.T. Lewis from Morgantown and then 2 fouls on Donnie Jenkins. But, you know, honestly, the rest of the game has been pretty foul-free.
First free throw up and good for Elliott Law.
First time Morgantown's been to the line.
Law's 3rd point of the game. And make it 4. Score 17-15, and here goes South up on the secondary break. They'll slow it down, nothing there. We'll throw the ball around, looking for Will. Oh, Will's not in there, so it's Schaefer coming across.
Good movement this series.
Schaefer going to take it down the lane for 2.
It's his first 2 points for the evening.
There's that. He's open again, and he's missed 3. Well, oops, sorry about that.
Foul call.
Zach Cook got the game. He's made his first one.
Yeah, and then he shot 3 straight from there.
And he just hasn't connected since.
Team 5.
He's going to keep throwing it up there.
Shafano on the line, shooting 2.
That's Schaefer's first foul, and first free throw up and good off the back iron. So really just kind of trading baskets here in the first half. Not really anyone out to a big run. And Shafano will connect on the second one, put it back to a 2-point game. 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go on a running clock.
Closest Morgantown's been for a while.
Will back in the game here. Going to get the ball stolen away from him inside. Anthony Kaplinger gets ball. He steals the ball away inside. Looks up to Shannon Piggott. Straight across to Ronnie Jenkins, up for 2. Good job in the secondary break there.
And what set that up was Morgantown had a good opportunity to tie the game. They got fancy on their fast break and lost the basketball. Passed a little bit too ahead of Rembert. Set that whole chain of motions there. Went through.
Ronnie Elmuth got the steal. And Morgantown will regain control, and they'll set up their half court South in the 3-2 zone. Anthony Kaplinger up top, Piggott, Ronnie Jenkins, Donnie Jenkins, and Will into the game. Starting 5 back in the game for South. Here with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. He'll hit to the corner. He's open for 3, and he'll hit it.
3 for Rembert.
21-20 now. And Donnie will spin inside. That's his signature spin move. And no one just, I mean, if anybody watches this film, it's all he does. He'll go to his left and he spins right and he goes up for the shot. And if anyone's watching film in this state, they'll see that and they'll be able to stop that. They can actually step in and take a charge. They'll say he was shooting, so they'll shoot too. First one good. South free throw percentage on the season 60%. That's not that great. They've been letting their opponents shoot 70%. Although their opponents haven't been shooting many free throws, only 71 on the season total.
Well, so far, Donnie Jenkins has been to the line. He's 2 for 3 right now. This is his 4th attempt. Finds his way in.
That flat shot hits the front of that iron and gets the shooter's roll. Not many flat shooters get that, but I guess when you're at home, Shannon almost with the steal out top. And oh my.
Almost up and down.
Yeah, get up in the air and you're in trouble. Ooh, short arm himself. Will made that happen. Mike Riggins checked in the game, sophomore. Good save by Shannon. Ball over to Donnie. Donnie will look inside to Shannon Piggott, up and under, and good. Under the big 6'8" guy. If you can't go over him, go under him. So South opens the 5-point lead here with 2 minutes to go in the half. Up to Morgantown going to run the floor to the big guy. He'll shoot the 15-footer from the outside. No good. Will rebound and up the floor. 3-on-3. Will behind the back. He falls down. And that's a heartbreaker because they could have gone up by 7, and poor ball handling caused that.
Having your big man go behind the back at the half court.
The ball over to Donnie. A minute and a half left here in the half. Shannon looks for a 3, decides against it. To Kaplinger. Kaplinger from 15 feet. It's short. Cappy yet to see anything tonight. Mike Riggins up and under to the big guy, and no. And, almost a fancy play there. Pega will run the 4 now, 3-on-2, and he's going to pass the ball to Cappy, and it's no good, and he's going to come down hard. And those people may be wondering, why is that a foul? But you have to let the guy come down. If you're underneath him and he comes down on you, it's a foul because you got to give him that space. That's just one of those issues where safety, you got to let him come down. Cappy really should have made that shot. Would have been a big play. Weitzel and Craig Carey will come in the game here for the last minute. And Jake will come in for Donnie and not let Donnie get that third foul. Kaplinger's second free throw is good.
With Weitzel in the game, that's 11 deep off the bench for Parkersburg South.
I told you today they would play 11 guys. Big man inside. He'll put it back up for 2.
For 2, Taylor.
And Anthony Kaplinger does that quite often. This is a tale of 2 quarters here because I believe South's turned the ball over way more than has Morgantown this quarter.
5 turnovers this quarter compared to the Mohigans only twice.
So 40 seconds to go here in the quarter, first half of play. Fall away, and it is no good. Will with a good rebound. Riggins will run the floor up to Kaplinger. Kaplinger's got some speed, and it up for 2 and good. Good control by Kaplinger there to stop Top from about 16 feet. That's a good shot. Big man up, and he's going to put it up for 2 and score a basket.
Foul called on Weitzel, his first.
Here, I thought that was on Richardson.
Count the basket. Taylor at the line shooting 1.
It's the first time we've had all evening an opportunity for an old-fashioned three-point play. A lot of the layups we've had in this game is surprising. This is the first time.
Big man will shoot the free throw, no good. Mike Riggins comes down with the rebound. Oh, count if it goes, and it's no good. I'm not sure they knew how much time was left there. And that'll end the first half of play. Parkersburg South 29 and the Morgantown Mohigans 26. So we'll take a short break and we'll be back here on CS Channel 45 with the halftime show. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back here to the Rotterdam Athletic Center. Parkersburg South leading Morgantown Mohigans by 3 at halftime. Alongside here for your entertainment at halftime, we have Buddy Leisure beside me. So Buddy, how did you feel about the JV game today?
Pretty good. We played all right.
You winning by 7, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Morgantown had been undefeated in JV play until tonight, so there's the first loss on the record for the Mohegan youngsters. Buddy, what do you see so far in this game for Parkersburg South?
Can you repeat the question?
What do you like about Parkersburg South's play right now, tonight's game?
Well, we hustle and never give up.
The winner of tonight's 50-50 was Donna Snyder.
That's what I saw in the JV game too, also.
Yeah.
It starts young, and you continue in the program. And one of these days you'll be out here too, playing in the varsity games.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, of course. That's why you're out here practicing, working hard. And hopefully Parkersburg South can continue their ways and come out with a victory tonight. What was practice like after the loss in Morgantown?
Yeah, well, I thought we were going to run a bunch, but we didn't. Well, we just worked on what we've normally been doing at practice.
So go back to basics, what you've been doing, and make sure that your guys' plan is correct and not just so much worry about the other teams, what they're doing. I mean, it's unusual to play Morgantown, and of course any team back-to-back, but that's what's happened on the schedule this year, and hopefully a doubleheader win right now for tonight. Are you comment on any other play tonight in the JV game, or did you think you guys played well?
Yeah.
And you're running your sets and playing good defense?
Yeah.
You think anything that Coach will maybe make you guys work on? Coach Heisen will make you guys work on after the JV game, watching him see you guys tonight?
Well, we need to improve on our foul shooting. We missed, like, I think 5 from the foul line. We'll get yelled at for that.
Foul shooting is such a big thing. Of course, right now for Parkersburg South, doing a good thing from the line tonight in this varsity game for 5 for 6. Most of those done by Donnie Jenkins. He's 3 for 4 from the line. So, buddy, thank you for coming up here and giving us a little insight. And then we'll be back here with a quick break, and we'll come back and run through a quick stats. I hope Dwayne Sponseller's got his voice back. He had to get a drink. So stay right here with us on Cast Channel 45.
And we're back here, the start of the second half, about ready to incur here at the Rodham Athletic Center.
I'll run real quick through the halftime stats best I could. A couple of times down the court, I lost track of how many shots there was, but leading all scores right now, Will Richardson with 10 points, all on 2-point buckets. This is a surprising thing. Parkersburg South, no 3-pointers made. I mean, it's just 0 for 8 from the line outside, and that's one thing you're bound to have talked about at halftime. 5 for 6 from the free throw line and 12 for 35 from the field. Morgantown otherwise was 9 for 29 on the field. Had 4 3-pointers and 11 shots. And their baskets from the line was 4 for 5. So both teams shooting well from the line. JT Lewis back in the game. He's been sitting forever.
He sat since the first quarter, or midway through.
It was a 4:48 mark. He sit. He's a big-time athlete from Morgantown.
First shot off the mark to Morgantown, and out runs Donnie Jenkins. Donnie's had a good amount of time there as well. Up to Ronnie. He'll look. He's going to get the ball stripped, and up 2 for 2 for Will Richardson. So a quick 5-point lead here to start the second half for the Patriots. And a quick shot and out. This is not what you want if you're Morgantown. You don't want to come down the floor and have one shot and you're out. Anthony Kaplinger to Shannon Pickett thinks twice about the 3. He'll drive. He'll look for 2, and it's going to be no.
A different lineup for Morgantown out here as Ryan has begun this third quarter.
You know, Ryan played a lot there in the second quarter because Ryan was out.
Lewis was out.
Or I'm sorry, yeah.
Foul call.
Over the back foul. It's on Dunn. That's his first.
I tell you, Dunn is a player that Coach Morgantown, the coaching staff in general, just got to get him moving more.
Yeah.
He's only got 3 points in the evening. That's not the typical production for number 33.
Will out top here to Ronnie, over to his twin brother Donnie. Now, for those of you who don't know, Coach Evan doesn't like something. Passes into Will. It's going to be tipped away from inside. And out Ryan goes for the break, but he's by himself, so he'll pull it back out. Yep.
Foul call. Number 23, Elliot Law. His second.
The last time down Parkersburg South, Coach Edmonds won a cross along the foul line there.
Oh,
The
okay.
guys didn't cross. And
Somebody didn't remember the play.
yeah, and I brought him up and stomped his foot.
Will out top again. There's that same play. This time they do come across. Looking. He's there. Out to Shannon Pickett. He'll shoot for 3, and it is no good. And I tell you, South, have they hit a 3 tonight? Nathan,
No, they
I
have
don't believe
not.
They haven't. And, you know, that's to still be ahead and South not make a 3. That is like a first.
Timeout, Morgantown.
Well, look for Shannon Pickett's line. He's attempted 3 times from the arc, and not a one of them's went in. But overall, he's 3 for 7, 3 for 8 from the field. Morgantown just looks lost. You know, they talked about what they wanted to do.
Well, he just played them.
Well,
And
yeah.
they're not going to do anything different.
And not to point out anything, but getting 2 quick fouls for J.T. Lewis. He's just not gotten into the flow of the game yet because he's only played a few minutes. And here it is in the third quarter. And he's basically like he's in his first quarter mindset. And it's odd for a player to be that early on the bench, especially one of your seniors that leads his team.
So Morgantown inbound from the side over to Ryan to the right side. I don't have a okay. Spelled the number wrong. Ryan out top. He's running the point now. You haven't seen much action from Fletcher tonight. He scored the first 2 points of the game, and you haven't heard much from him.
Well, he always loves to be on the left side of the court. He never goes over.
The long 3 ball, and that's hits top of the backboard. Piggott will bring the ball up the floor. And Donnie to Ronnie will put it up for 2, and it's no good. And then he'll get a foul called 90 feet from the basket. But that was a hustle play because the ball was really still in play.
On Ronnie Jenkins, his second, team 1.
It's a big possession for Morgantown. You're about 3 minutes into the half, and you still haven't scored.
Well, South's got that lone basket. That's all they've scored.
A lot of that has to do with these teams that know each other. I mean, you remember who's who and what they did to you the first time around.
There's a basket inside. Elliott Law with the basket inside.
Gives him 6 points now.
Kaplinger in the corner. Back to Donnie, back to Ronnie, back to Will. Good ball movement and 3 points. Ryan will go coast to coast, and he'll think otherwise. Oh, my, that's a charge. I think he was playing the wrong sport there.
It looks like he plays some football.
Yeah, he does. Mike Riggins will check in for Pig, and I don't know. I was talking to Shannon earlier yesterday, actually, and he's had some blood work done here recently, and the doctors think he may have something. He's been very winded. He's not being able to stay out on the floor as long. He says he's been having it since football season, so that we'll see. That's a story that will be developing. Not sure what that is, but he's been coming out. He's been playing almost 35 minutes. He's been playing almost like 30 of the 32 minutes this season on the floor. 2 points for Donnie Jenkins, and so if you lose him, that's a big blow there. Of course, South's already lost Blaze to an ankle injury. Back out to Ryan. He'll shoot the J. It's good. For 3. Riggins had a guy open, but decides against it. Coach wants him to shoot the 3, and he will, and it's off the mark.
Morgantown's got to get better spacing. He had 3 guys in one spot.
Ronnie, this would be on Ronnie, but Ronnie had position. I'm not sure how they can call that, but because I think he had to hold the arms and kind of came down.
Gives him his 3rd personal.
Yeah, I expect Ronnie and Donnie to have that many fouls by now, as aggressive as they play on defense. Well, thought about it and thought better of it, I guess. Kaplinger out.
I don't think some players for South knows that they're in man or 2-3 zone. Or 3-2 zone.
Well, I'm not sure what they're going to call here. Well, they called an offensive foul, but they got the ball stripped away from me. That may be one of those things where you take the ball and you shove it in the chest, and it is a foul now. They didn't used to call that, and I didn't see it. It's on the other side of where we are. 4-point lead for South, 35-31. 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter of play. So this quarter is going by fast too. Not a lot of whistles or dead balls. Will when he gets inside there, it's just no stopping him. 2 points for Will.
And 16 so far. Morgantown's just standing around the arc. They got to move.
You're right. They still look lost.
Ryan just pulled his jersey, so set play maybe here.
Foul called on Donnie Jenkins.
That'll be Donnie's third.
That's right. JT Lewis just has not found the hoop yet. Still 0 points on a 0 for 4 shooting.
Fletcher at the line. No possession.
Oh, well. He's not shooting. That was on the floor, I guess. Oh, my. He still ain't found the bucket. Oh, okay. They called that on Andy Morris.
Morgantown's had the ball so long, they got to get a basket if they want to stay in with this game.
Well, he might walk. He's still walking, actually. Ryan will shoot another 3, and it'll off the front iron. Donnie will bring the ball up the floor, and oh my. Schaefer 3, and nope. And South still. Mike Riggins with the rebound. He'll put the ball up, and it doesn't fall. And Schaefer's going to get an over the back fall here.
21. Foul called on Schaefer, his second. Team 5.
So far you got 1:42 to go in this quarter. Morgantown's only scored 5 points. Parkersburg South has scored 8.
Done for Morgantown.
You look down the stat line. I mean, I'm still mentioning Taylor Dunn. He's just got 3 points. That's low.
Yeah, that's an unproductive game, or I guess an unproductive game, or however you want to say it. So far, still got a quarter to play, and anything had 37-31, low scoring affair here so far.
That's what I'm talking about, the space, and you had 2 guys standing right beside each other.
Morgantown not real deep. That'll be an offensive charge call.
Lewis, his third. Team 5.
And that's something South's disciplined on every year. If you can step in there and take a charge.
Well, Lewis threw his butt in. I mean, he was looking for contact.
Yeah, that was read very well. I think they watched film on that one. And it's going to be tipped away from Schaefer from behind. And that's a dangerous pass. Gets 2 through to Shannon. Piggott used to throw in those, not catching them. Pig will look up and under, and it's a good move there.
For 2, Piggott.
Well, that's not the first time he's done that this evening. You think Morgantown would realize that he's going to pump that up and then go underneath of you for the layup. And there was a sigh of relief for Lewis.
Yeah. Good pass.
2, Richardson.
2 points, 2 more points. Assist to Piggott and a great pass. They're going to shoot the 3, and it's short. And White. So Parkersburg South get the ball inbound. Checking in for Morgantown is Cameron Taylor back in the game. I haven't seen him miss half. 6'8", they don't play him very much, Nathan.
They don't. It's honestly very surprising. He's one of the 3 seniors on this team, him, Lewis, and Law.
Nice pass. And, ooh.
They're young. Morgantown's going a lot of depth here.
Last second heave is no good. So at the end of the third quarter, the score, Parkersburg South 41 and Morgantown 33, an 8-point lead, the largest lead for Parkersburg South tonight. We'll be back with the final corner here at the Rod Oldham Athletic Center after these commercial breaks. Stay tuned, everybody. Rod Oldham Athletic Center. Start of the fourth quarter. And we're going to have a quick timeout, 9 seconds into the quarter. Donnie picked up his dribble out front, and this will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. And Nathan, what's the big story right now? What do you think South has opened up to a 41-33 lead?
I think it's passing. I mean, overall, this third quarter they got back to not turning the ball over. And a few times they had some breaks. They passed the ball well. And the opposite side, Morgantown, they're not passing the ball well. And they're standing beside each other. They're standing around the arc. A lot of one-on-one that you don't want to see. And until Morgantown can get some flow with their players, it's going to be difficult to make a comeback. But, the second quarter, South started throwing the ball away. Turnovers is a big key. But Parkersburg South just needs to realize that don't make any mistakes to come out with the victory.
So here we go. One final quarter to go. Donnie Jenkins will be dribbling out top. He's going to find a double team out top. And we'll find Anthony Kaplinger in the right corner up to Donnie. I'm sorry, that's Ronnie. And Ronnie will kick it out of bounds. And that'll be turnover Parkersburg South. And hope it's not a tale of the 2 quarters again like it was.
Just jinx them there? I don't know. Yeah, Parkersburg South, I only had down for 1 turnover in the third quarter. I'm not sure. I may have missed one. I may have been 2. But Morgantown had 4. So, again, it's whoever turns the ball over more is finding their end a lower scoreboard for that quarter.
There's a 3.
Score 3.
That's Schifano again. Schifano has hit a couple threes tonight, big time. And this is down 8. That gets them back to 5. And within striking distance of Parkersburg South now easily.
Oh, actually, with that basket, he leads all scores for the Mohigans with 8 points.
Nice pass inside to Will. That should be goaltending, but Will's going to put it back up and get it blocked by the big guy. And now it's back to a 3-point game. So Morgantown out with some fire here in the fourth quarter.
Well, a sense of urgency. They got to get it done. They don't have another time to just go back and talk. This is it. Fourth quarter. A bit more of a bounce in the Mohegan step. You see a little bit more energy behind their play. They were very lethargic in that third quarter. Almost seemed like they were still wanting to sit in the locker room.
And Morgantown taking a playbook out of the university that happens to be in Morgantown. West Virginia running the 1-3-1, and first time we've seen the 1-3-1. I don't see many high school teams run this. I know South doesn't practice it much in practice because they don't see it very often.
What's surprising is they didn't go to it earlier in the third quarter.
Back. This is, I don't know. That's not, now it's back to, well, this is a 2-3 now.
Go 4 corners.
Now, then I would feel like I was at an elementary game. Yeah, they're going to go to man
have
now.
to switch out. They have to get out of the zone.
He's going to get 5 seconds called if you don't go. Okay, he gets rid of the ball. Into Will. He gets hacked, mugged.
Taylor jumped too early. The big guy from Mohigans, he just jumped too early. He's got to time that better if he's going to make a big play on that ball. And being that tall, he doesn't need to jump that early. He can wait on it. Of course, he'd like to have that one back. But this is the first time Parkersburg South has been at the line this half. Well, actually, both teams have never been at the line this half.
And there's a lot of fouls. That means there's been a lot of picky fouls inside and stuff that don't require shooting. And Will make it, pull it out to a 4-point game now. He'll make 1 of 2. And Morgantown looking to inch just a little bit closer. That ball's going to be bouncing around inside. Not a good pass, not a good decision there. Turnover, Morgantown up the floor. Donnie to Ronnie to his brother, and that ball is kicked, but back to him. And he's going to, oh my, Will got up there high and sky, but it wasn't there. He knocked off last there. Morgantown South will take the ball out of bounds. Out to Shannon Piggott, and we'll set the offense up. Ronnie back out to Pig, out top of the key. And, they're just content to sit there. If they're going to, Coach Evans not one of those guys who said, if they're going to give it to me, I'm going to stand there.
Well, they're back in the 1-3-1 zone.
That's dangerous. And when you get up in the air like that, that's a sophomore. And when he gets a little bit better and more mature, those mistakes will leave his system, of course. And Morgantown turns the ball right back over to Piggott. And he'll put the ball up, and it's going to be blocked. So some sloppy basketball here.
And you don't need to rush it. You just need to get good quality times down the court. Last time Morgantown rushed. Don't need to. Well, the tail of the tape, I guess you could say. Morgantown shooting 3 for 3 in this quarter.
30-second timeout called by Yester. He'll rally his troops probably to set up some kind of defense here. South not only going to be able to sit on this now. At 42-40, you're going to have to get some. South's been taken out of their game. They haven't been running much this half.
They only got 1 point.
Right.
On the evening, Will Richardson still has 19 points. Shannon Piggott with 8. Leads Parkersburg South over on the Morgantown side. I'll tell you, they're spread out. I'll tell you, they have really even scoring, but Schifano still with 8 points leads. Morgantown, Law has 6. Everyone else about 3 or 4 points. I'll tell you, they got even scoring. When you're on the court for Morgantown, you're going to get a few buckets. No one leader today.
Yeah, they did come out. They came out in a little 1-2-2 press. Kaplinger going to shoot the 3, and that's the first 3 of the night for Parkersburg South, I believe. And that's a big bucket there for Parkersburg South. Sophomore coming through. And they'll go into thumbs down here after the 3-point baskets. This is just a little bit of that blue pressure man defense that South likes to run after the made 3-pointer. Kaplinger trailing his guy, leaves a guy open, not good defense. And back to 3-point lead. Out the Pig. He'll look. Anthony to the right side. Back to Shannon. Little bobble of the ball. Back to Shannon out top. Moving the ball around here. To Anthony. Back to Shannon.
Every time Morgantown changes defense, it seems like. Back in the 2-3 zone this time.
Foul on Stiano. I believe that's his second foul.
Well, I think it's second foul. Any guys in foul trouble, you can say no one has 4. Donnie and Ronnie Jenkins for Parkersburg South both have 3, and then J.T. Lewis and Taylor Dunn for Morgantown both have 3 fouls. But everyone else, they're good.
This is Ronnie Jenkins at the foul line. First one's up and good.
Gives Ronnie 3 points in the evening.
Ronnie not the scorer of the two brothers. Donnie scores a little bit more than Ronnie does. And second one's up and good.
Got to be pleased with foul shooting Parkersburg South. 8 for 10.
And Anthony reads the play perfectly and up for 2 points.
Steal on the basket, Kaplinger.
And that may be a dagger. Out to the corner for three, and no good. Ball is pinball. My goodness. And I believe it was the last touch by Morgantown out of bounds to Parkersburg South.
Law checks in for Morgantown.
Law will come back in the game. Stefano will take a break. 2 minutes, 24 seconds to go. Parkersburg South 49, Morgantown 42.
Think about Morgantown. You're not to the point you got to foul yet. But you'd love to have a steal.
Yep.
Got something on the floor.
Well, that's not the time to call for that because the ball wasn't.
It honestly looked like a little roll piece of tape, like medical tape almost. I don't know what it was for sure.
Now it is, and that's what I'm saying. If that was not the right time to call that, you're supposed to wait until someone gets the ball.
Donnie dribbled out of it.
Oh, well, they didn't see that, and that may be the makeup because he just got totally.
I didn't want to say that word, but you did.
Yeah.
Timeout South.
That would be an undercut. And this is our first full timeout, so we're going to take a break, 30-second quick break here on CES Channel 45. Here's a message from our sponsors. We'll be back after this. The Erickson All Sports, so I did it again. That's the Rod Oldham Athletic Center, but same thing, just different sport. 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Foul on Dunn, and that will be a 1-and-1 situation for South. So South in the bonus for the rest of the game. The 2.5 minutes left that there is.
Donnie Jenkins on the line, shooting 1-1.
So now you got to concentrate from the line.
Donnie 3 for 4 so far this evening. Missed the front
Missed
end.
it.
He's only got 5 points this game.
I'll tell you what, he's been getting away with a walk all night. Oh, my.
If it's done, he's gone.
And it is.
Foul called on Dunn, his fifth.
So Taylor Dunn, you could say a disappointing evening. 5 points. He was 2 for 7 from the field.
Remember checks in.
And he's done for the evening.
Donnie Jenkins on the line.
And Donnie will go back to the foul line. Shooting 1-1 again. And it's up and good. And we didn't think that was in either.
A flat-looking free throw.
Yeah, they're both Jenkins brothers are shot like this. They've never changed, and hey, it goes in. It doesn't matter, I guess. That one's a little more depth on that one, or arc on that one, I should say.
You got to get a bucket if you're the Mohigans. Finally running some cutting.
Well, Anthony stripped that one out in front. That should have counted anyway.
Kaplinger, only a sophomore. Boy, he's going to have some good games out here, isn't he?
Foul called on Donnie Jenkins, his fourth.
So Donnie picks up his 4th foul. Not a well-liked call here at the Rod Oldham Athletic Center, but
Nope.
it doesn't matter. It's called.
That's the loudest the fans have been here all night, actually.
Surprisingly, the crowd has been a little
Quiet.
Yeah. And there's been some action they can get involved in, but not until this fourth quarter they got into some cheers.
We know a lot of neither team has made a run, like a big run.
No.
We've been back and forth. I know it's a 10-point game now, but it wasn't a run. I mean, And 3 that Morgantown needed.
Talk about clutch. It's Carey's first shot.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say.
You look at the lines, you normally say, well, whoever shoots more threes is normally going to be Parkersburg South going to win the game, but tonight's not been the day for shooting long shots for Parkersburg South, as Morgantown's actually had way more three-pointers. And South has just only had the one with Anthony Capillera. You kind of could say that it was a spark into the latest run. It was not too much what you'd say a basket after basket, but it kind of got Parkersburg South going. They were only winning by 5 points when Capillera made the three-pointer that the only one this evening. I mean, Morgantown, you look at Morgantown this quarter, they're shooting well. They're just not getting off a lot of shots. They missed one shot. 5 for 6 in this quarter for had 2 threes and 3 from the rest of the field. That gives them 10 points.
So 7-point lead here for South. A minute left.
I said 10. That's 12. That's horrible.
Donnie, you're going to look probably to foul here. Nothing. You don't want to take any inappropriate shots for South. Oh, look out.
Foul called on Carey, his first.
So now we're in double bonus as Parkersburg South, and Kaplinger will go in the free throw line. He's been there once tonight.
Kaplinger in line, shooting 2.
11 points this evening for Capillera. 2 for 2 from the line. It's the 7th time for Parkersburg South at the line. Didn't have a single trip in the third quarter. I don't want to jinx Capillera, but he hasn't missed a shot since the second quarter. He's made a lot of them in a row from the foul line and from the floor.
He's a very talented sophomore, future of Parkersburg South, and he actually is the president right now if you look at it. And Morgantown will take their last timeout with 50.5 seconds. Score of Parkersburg South 54 and Morgantown 47. We'll be back with the conclusion of the game after these commercial breaks. Man. And if you're Morgantown, that's what you wanted out of the
well, exactly.
timeout.
You talked about what you wanted to do there and the pass out of bounds, and they got exactly what they wanted to steal. Of course, South had a foul. Both Jenkins twins now with 4 fouls. Of course, 47 seconds probably won't make a difference, which is something you should note.
And if you're Morgantown, what you want is you want to score with the clock stopped. But the thing is, you got to have South miss some free throws down the line or down the stretch here.
Yeah, you gotta say you don't want to be fouling Parkersburg South. That's just common basketball knowledge, though. Where was this Carey at earlier in the game? 5 quick points.
Yep. Look. Will put it down. Wild shot, Morgantown, and they're going to about run out of steam, I believe. And pick it up for 2.
Gives him 10 on the night.
Up to Kaplinger. That should have been a technical foul. And that'll do it.
It's the end of the ball game. Our final score: Parkersburg South 60, Morgantown 49.
Final score: Parkersburg South 60 and Morgantown 49. We'll be back after these commercial breaks for the post-game show. We'll get all the stats to you, and we'll talk about future upcoming things here on CAS. So stay tuned, everybody. From the Broadwell Athletic Center, we'll be back after these commercial breaks. And back here at the Rod Oldham Athletic Center, the Palace on the hill, and Parkersburg South just defeated Morgantown 60-49, an 11-point win. And not only just an 11-point win, but a win that comes off of them losing to the Morgantown Mohigans less than 5 days ago in Martinsburg. So off the 2 losses, they come back to home where they are undefeated this season. They go 3-0, and it wasn't a, I won't say that it was a sloppy game, but it wasn't a normal, typical South game.
It sure wasn't. That's because there was no 3-pointers. I mean,
Right.
the only one you had was from Kappelinger in the fourth quarter. As he just, Kappelinger just turned it on in the fourth quarter. I mean, you're bound to be able to feel that watching the game. But Kappelinger only had 4 points in the first 3 quarters. He finishes with 15. 11-point fourth quarter for Kappelinger, and that definitely what a spark there off the he actually was on the bench for a while there, and he finally came back out, and then South got it going. But yeah, it was a very unorthodox game. The spread of the wind kind of gets a little far apart there to the end. It wasn't quite conducive to the game, but 11-point victory, I'll tell you, that's a nice way to go from actually losing. I think it was a 7-point loss the previous time they played.
Yes.
66-57 the previous time.
Oh, 9
points.
9 points. Yeah.
9 points.
So from here, Parkersburg South will now play at home again this Saturday against the North Marion Huskies. I always forget their mascot, but I know it is the Huskies. And so North Marion just come off the loss at Morgantown. Didn't score many points, so we'll know what to see. So come out and see that game here at the Rod Oldham Athletic Center Saturday night. And Saturday night is also a little bit special, a little bit different. Starting at 4:15, the freshmen from Edison Junior High will play the North Marion freshmen. They're getting ready to start getting the freshmen into the whole idea of playing games here, because in a couple years, when they move the freshmen up to the high school level, they will be playing these teams from other schools, and they're trying to get them used to it right now. So come up at 4:15, Edison Junior High ninth graders, freshmen, will be playing North Marion. And then, of course, at 5:45, the original JV game. And at 7:30, the varsity will tip off against the North Marion Huskies. And so South moves the record out to 4-2 on the season. Not a well-played game, probably stat-wise, or it didn't look very good on the floor. However, it's a win. It's an 11-point win against a very good team who they consider their rivals now. And they'll still have to go play Morgantown one more time up at Morgantown, which is also a very hard place to play. Nathan's continuing to get the stats there.
I think I got them.
All right. Well, Morgantown, they have their schedule here somewhere. Or at least I thought. Yeah. They will go from here. They'll get back into NCAC conference games, and they'll be away again. They had, like you said, they haven't played any home games. Well, they got to go right back. They play Saturday night at Elkins. And so
3 games in 1 week, and you're away on 2 of them. Every other day you're playing. That's a tough schedule. Yeah. I don't care who you are. That's a tough schedule. And that's something, of course, you look at it. They're going to be playing a lot at home down the stretch to get the confidence built up for their sectional and regional play. And it'll be interesting to see how Morgantown finishes this season out. But for the evening, doesn't matter how they finish in the rest of the season. It matters how they did tonight. And Morgantown lost as they just couldn't see it. To me, it just didn't seem like they had the offensive set going. A lot of standing around, especially in that third quarter. And some of their top players did not have some of their biggest games. I mean, Taylor Dunn, he scored 20 points some evenings, and tonight, just only 5. I mean, it's just not something you want to see. Production's not there. And J.T. Lewis had the foul trouble. He always looked out of sync to me. Never could get back in the flow of the game. But for the evening, I'll just run down here how the game went. Leading scorer, I'll start with Parkersburg South. Now I'll start with Morgantown. I'll go with the home team here last. Leading all scorers, I mentioned it earlier in the game, Schifano did lead the Mohigans. Had 8 points. Ryan with 7. Law with 6. I mean, I'm telling you, this is spread out scoring. Carey came in late, had all 5 of his points in the fourth quarter, along with Taylor Dunn with 5. Guys that scored 4 points for Fletcher, who had the first basket in the game and only scored another one in the fourth quarter. Taylor, the big man, only had action the second quarter. He actually tried to put the ball up on the hoop, and then, of course, Lewis with 4. Finishing up the scoring was Cook, had the 1 3-pointer in the second quarter, and that ended up their score as 49 points. They shot the ball well from the line, 6 for 7. Overall, they had 7 for 18 from three-point range, and that's just not the line you think that the Morgantown would see. And then you look at opposite for South. I'm telling you, this is ugly. 1 for 12 for three-point range, and that's for Parkersburg South. Finished the evening 18 for 48 from the field. It's a decent turnout, but not a winning action. I mean, you got to get more from some of your stars. As your senior play tonight, they were just not there. And they're going to look back at the tape, talk about it, and then put South off. I mean, forget about this team. Let's move on into the conference play. Going over to South. Parkersburg South led Will Richardson. I mean, he had a big evening tonight.
Oh, yeah.
21 points for Will. He had a lot of baskets that just was backbreakers. I mean, the South would look like they were going to be stopped, and they found Will underneath, put it up. 21 points for the big man. Kappelinger, I already mentioned earlier, was 15 points, 11 of those in the fourth quarter. I mean, the kid just sparked the team. Once again, he's had another time of 2 already this season. The Twins, Donnie Jenkins finished with 6 points, and Ronnie finished with 4. But let me not forget Shannon Piggott with 10. He never did hit from outside, but he had a lot of baskets that slashed inside, found the rim, and made some big plays with a lot of guys that was taller than him, and they were you just can't say they're just big-time plays. Shannon came up big. Finally, run out the score was Andy Morris and Drew Schaefer. Both had a bucket. Looking as a team overall, South respectable 11 for 15 from the foul line.
That's the best they've shot all year.
And that's a very good. Of course, you had to shoot the ball a lot there in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 times in the fourth quarter and made 5 of them. So 5 for 7 in the fourth quarter is pretty good down the stretch. They finished overall shooting 24 for 61. That's pretty decent. And that gives them 60 points in the evening and a victory here. 11 points over the Morgantown Mohigans, and ups their record to 4-2.
That's right, 4-2, and Morgantown will drop to 3-3, I believe. No. Let's try 3-4. 3-4 on the season, and Morgantown's not used to having a losing record at the beginning of the year. Well, like you said, they've been playing away. They had to go to Martinsburg to play, and they got that schedule. And I see home down the stretch there, and they'll be back in there again. They'll play University in their sectional. If they can get out of the regional and get to the state again, they're a tough team to play in the state tournament as well, and it's not a team that you'd want to play later on in the state tournament. So let's talk about some upcoming events here on CAS Channel 45. Of course, tonight we had the game versus Morgantown. The next showing is tomorrow night. Girls basketball, South versus Hedgesville. So the girls are playing tonight at Warren, and then they got to come right around and play again tomorrow night here at South. Obviously here at South against Hedgesville. Hedgesville making a long trip for one night even. I bet they're staying over here and playing PHS tomorrow, because that's Hedgesville's across the state. Am I correct on that?
Oh, yeah, East Panhandle.
So I would say if they're coming over on Friday night, they're probably playing here and probably playing Parkersburg or somebody else. And so that's the next thing. That's Friday. That's tomorrow. And then next week, look for a big week. South versus Parkersburg girls.
And boys.
And then the boys play the night after that, Wednesday night, at PHS. So come out and support your teams, and then watch the games on tape delay, or these may be live depending on ticket sales. The boys especially may be live depending on ticket sales, of course. And if that's what's coming up in the next week, there will also be some wrestling the week of the 17th. South PHS duel, of course, we'll be doing that. I believe that's a PHS this year, but I'm not for sure on that. But we'll get you that information. Check your local listings on here on CAS Channel 45. The schedule will be there. Or if you want, you can call the offices at CAS Cable and ask, and they will give it to you. And next, our favorite thing to do, we're going to start it again, as always, the player of the game. And I'm going to give the honor to Nathan Jones, since he has the stats over there and he watched the game, and I won't input much on this one, but I'll let Nathan choose at this time.
It's a big shoes I got to fill, but I'm going to go with the big man, Will Richardson. I felt he was steady throughout the whole game. He did have some shots he missed that he shouldn't have, but overall a great performance for the 6'6" senior, and he does continue to play like that. Parkersburg South's going to win some games that maybe they shouldn't. I mean, that's a good play from the big man. He didn't come out very much in the second half. He played a lot of minutes and didn't seem to get winded. So that's my player of the game for this game against Morgantown.
All right, so Will's been playing really good at home. He did play very well against Robert C. Byrd, but he had about 3 guys that were triple teaming every night. And in the second game, he came out with 27 points. And then you said how many did he have tonight? 21. So another 20-point game, and I'm sure he had a double-double. If we were to add up the rebounds, I believe he had another double-double.
It was an even performance, like I said, 10 points in the first half, and then he finished with 11 in the second half.
So, all righty, so he's player of our game. Congratulations to Will, and we're looking forward to South playing here against North Marion on Saturday. Nathan, final comments on the night?
Well, I thought Parkersburg South, they played pretty darn good defense. They got into some trouble in the second quarter, allowed Morgantown to come back. I think a lot of the reason that they had some success in the second half, I thought Morgantown just was lost out in the court. They got to get that half-court sets better for them to continue on this season. Parkersburg South played tough defense. It got them through some stretches where they weren't making shots. And you remember, this is a day they didn't make the three, and they won. And that's very uncharacteristic for South. They're normally known as a team from outside. And tonight they won big, you could say, 11 points. Yeah. Without making, well, only made one three-pointer. That's big.
Yep. All right, well, that's well said, and you'll be looking for us and looking for other people here on CS Channel 45 and some upcoming events. So for Nathan Jones, for Keith Leonard in the truck, for everyone in the truck, for all the students and all the production, we wish you a happy new year, and congratulations, Parkersburg South, 4-2 on the season. We'll watch for tomorrow night, South versus Hedgesville girls. We will see you next time here on CS Channel 45. Good night, everybody.